I've been fishing in nitro since 1989. I've seen a lot of boats and a lot of changes over the years, and nitro is still the one I choose. In 1989, I got one of the first nitro boats ever made. I put it to the test on the unforgiving waters of the Great Lakes where I live. It's where my career started. That first nitro gave me the confidence to focus on winning tournaments, and it's a confidence that has carried me for more than 2 decades. So, you're thinking about a new nitro. Well, I'm going to tell you it's a great choice, and this is why. First, every good boat starts from the hull up. It's where performance begins. 20 feet, 9 inches long. That's a lot of boat, and I need all of it to compete at the top level. This hull is as tough as nails, and its design provides a smooth, dry ride even in rough water. I have to be prepared for anything in tournament competition. That means I carry a lot of gear. For me, that's 2 power poles, heavy-duty batteries, and most of the time, I have a full Livewell and a full tank of gas. But even with all that weight, I still get a great hole shot. And that hole shot comes from the rapid planing system. It's a transom and design that provides better on-plane handling. That means tighter turning, higher top-end speeds, and improved shallow water performance. The rapid planing system is also a performance feature with a fishing benefit. When I shut down, the anti-splash reverse flow transom keeps water from coming over the back. Making less waves also sets me up to make a quieter approach to the bass. That's key in shallow water fishing when the fish are spawning or spooky. Hey, if you're serious about your fishing like I am, having a huge casting platform is everything. What I love about my Nitro Z9 is that it's got raised casting decks that are almost right up to the gunnel. If you're skipping boat docks, it makes all the difference in the world. You know, a lot of times I'll have 2 or 3 people fishing in the boat. With all this deck space, everybody's got room and nobody's getting in each other's way. The deck of the boat is, of course, where most of the action happens when you're fishing. But it goes much deeper than that. It's about a well thought out design that complements the high-end fishing you want to do. Nitro engineers have listened to customer feedback and pro-level fishermen over the past 20+ years, and the result is one of the best layouts you could ever want for any fishing situation. Your feet ever get sore on a tournament day? I'm going to tell you mine don't. Nitro puts an anti-fatigue mat underneath the carpet on the front deck, and it makes all the difference in the world. The deck is covered with a marine-grade 22-ounce carpet, and it's built to be anti-snag because it's a cut pile material that doesn't have loops. Now come down here and check this out. The extra low gunnel height is a real advantage for a lot of different presentations. You know, anytime you're flipping and pitching, skipping boat docks, anything where you're roll casting, you're not going to hit the side of the boat when you're making your cast. Another thing, this recessed cleat folds completely out of the way, so you're not catching it with any of your rods or anything on the back cast. Just a fantastic design. The bow step pad gives you a nice place to get in and out of the boat away from your rods so you're not going to slip. When I'm up on the bow, there's a touchpad that'll control all the functions that I need to on my boat right here. Nav lights, live wells on and off, bilge pumps, courtesy lights, trim, and then right here is the recessed trolling motor pedal. Having your trolling motor pedal recessed makes a big difference out there when it's rough. It helps keep both feet at the same level, it'll improve your balance, and it takes a lot of stress and fatigue off your knees and your waist. The Z9 comes standard with hydraulic pedestals for both the front seat and the rear seat. And in the front, you got 2 base positions so that you can get the perfect distance from your foot pedal no matter what your build is. And again, with the hydraulic seat, you can get the exact right height, so no matter how rough it is, you're going to be comfortable running your trolling motor. Hey, when it comes to storage, I carry most of my garage with me when I go to a tournament. Nitro makes it really easy with all the monstrous storage compartments that they have. I can carry all the tackle that I need. Not only do I have a ton of storage, but it's exceptionally well laid out so it's easy to keep organized and efficient out there on the water. One of the things I really like is the split lid design. I can keep my tackle to where I can sit on one side and work out of the other box. I keep all my crankbaits, jigs, spinnerbaits, and things like that. And when you open that lid, it stays open. That piston holds it open. It's got these neat little clips here so you can keep the plastics that you're using that day right there where it's handy. The lids are insulated, so it's going to keep them cooler during those hot summer days. Check out the courtesy lighting. The storage compartments light up, so early in the morning or at nighttime, I can always find my tackle. When you close the lids, the pistons keep them locked down. And what I really love is this center big storage box. It's just huge. I mean, you've got cubic feet of storage. I can keep all my bigger, bulkier items. I keep a lot of extra boxes, you know, my bigger boxes like that, and a lot of my bags of plastics up here. You can just put a ton of tackle here. The guys at Nitro try to utilize all the space they can for storage, and two of the features that I absolutely love are these little slide pullouts here on each side of the console. You know, this side I use for my fishing line. I can keep a bunch of spools of line in here, and actually at night I re-spool my rods right out of here. You know, it spins off the spool perfectly for me. On this side over here, I keep all my wallet, sunglasses, extra lip balm, all those items that you want to get to on and off during the day. Just a super handy storage feature that you don't get in any other boat. Another thing that's really well thought out by the Nitro engineers is our cooler and trash receptacle. First off, this cooler, you can hold 2 dozen waters and 2 bags of ice, so it's fully insulated. Even on the hottest days, you can carry plenty of drinks for all your friends when you're out there on the water. Another thing is this removable trash receptacle. One of the smartest ideas that we built into the boat. You know, you can put your, soda cans, things like that, but always guys are taking their used plastic worms, just throwing them on the floor of the boat, and at the end of the day having to pick them up. You can put them right in the trash can, take it out at the end of the day, and empty it real easily. This makes a great step up to the front deck, and then on both sides, you got well thought out storage here. We've got a handy bump board. It's metal, it doesn't shrink, it doesn't warp, and it's right where you need it, but out of the way. The drink holder right here, I end up, with a few crankbaits or extra bullet weights and stuff in that at the end of the day. And on this side, you got all the tool storage that you need. I keep my sunscreen, pliers, clippers, scissors, things like that, all right here where it's handy and easy to use. Rod storage is one area where I don't want to have any compromises, and Nitro has done a fantastic job. These 2 rod boxes right here, I can carry all the rods that I need, and even the big 7-foot 10-inch cranking rods or flipping sticks will fit fully extended in these rod boxes. Most tournaments I carry 25 to 30 rods in the boat with me, and I got a spare trolling motor, I got all my life jackets, rain suits, and all that in there. Actually, in a storm, you could crawl inside that rod box. You got it. Big in there. Nice chunk. The Z9 console is the master control center of this boat. Here you'll find everything you need to get the maximum performance out of this rig. Rough water is a given in tournaments, so are long runs. The Nitro Z9 adds features that provide body comfort while alleviating body fatigue. That keeps me mentally focused and ready to dial into a winning presentation when I arrive at my fishing spot. For example, the hydraulic tilt steering makes for safer handling and reduced fatigue because the steering wheel adjusts to the driving style and the body profile for any driver. The thing I love about this console is I can see all my gauges at all times. No matter if I'm in rough water, I'm running at high speeds, I can control everything that I need to and get the maximum performance out of my boat. Soft touch, waterproof digital switches provide quick, dependable operation. There's a recess for the optional hot foot, and there's a no-slip foot pad that's angled so I can brace both feet when I'm running this boat in rough water. I'm a tall guy and I like to move fast. One of the things I love about the Z9 console is this curved design. It's easy to get your legs in and out, even if they're long like mine. It's the little things that make a big difference. But they've been biting that jig. I mean, if you look at that, that is what you're looking for right there. The driver's seat is plush and ergonomically designed, and the shock absorber feature provides extra cushion and less back strain over those long runs in rough water. The Z9 also takes into consideration the needs of fishing partners and tournament co-anglers. It accepts an optional and removable port console. The optional console is removable with just 3 hand-tightened bolts. The Z9 has 3 across seating with a shock absorber feature for comfortable ride. And one of my favorite features, it has passenger seat grab handles and no-slip step pads. This step pad to the rear keeps people from stepping on the seats and provides solid footing going to the rear deck. A rod handle organizer keeps rods ready and separated at all times for your co-angler or partner. One of the things I really like about the storage in this boat is the 2 large boxes, both starboard and port, in the rear of the boat. They're removable and you can take them out, so you can put a lot of your equipment back here. And I keep a lot of tools, extra things back here in the back that are a little bit heavier for performance reasons, to keep the boat running better. You take this compartment out, and look right here, I've got a place to store my spare prop, and it's locked right in place, so it can't move around, it can't bang around in the back of the boat. Hey, one of the things I love about my Z9 is the huge battery compartment in the back with an extra large lid. So if you do have to get back here, it's easy to access everything. And what I like is they maximized all the space in here. I've got 2 little trays, and I keep, jumper cables, some spare trolling motor props and things in that, marker buoys, prop wrench, extra rope, tools and stuff like that. And they fit right over the top of the batteries and are right there, right where it's easy to access them. I mean, they thought of everything when it comes to space in this boat. Some people call this a Livewell, but in the Nitro, I call it the Total Fish Care System. That's because the NITRO Z9 takes the concept of a Livewell above and beyond the name. Here's why. You get dual and separate 20-gallon Livewell tanks. There's no mistaking between the catches of myself and my partners. You also have the benefit of monitoring and adjusting the fish environment with separate controls. The baffle design of the lid prevents water from sloshing around in the tank, so even in the roughest water, the fish aren't stressed. That means healthy fish for the weigh-in, and they're ready to be released back into the lake. The Livewells have rounded corners to reduce the chances of injuries that can cause stress and shock to the fish. This feature is a benefit because you don't want to fill your Livewells with water too soon or before catching a keeper. You do want to add fresh water that is ambient to the location where you begin catching your first keepers. Oxygen generators keep fish healthy until weigh-in time. Fish under the stress of a Livewell containment use more oxygen to counteract shock. A Livewell that is saturated with oxygen prevents fish shock and again reduces the stress. 2 more in separate 750-gallon-per-hour recirculating pumps keep water moving. This flow keeps the oxygen-saturated water circulating throughout the Livewell and can also be used to help maintain consistent water temperature. There is also a pump-out system to quickly drain the Livewells at the weigh-in. Finally, you can remotely open and close your Livewells right from the console. With the NITRO Z9, you get standard features that make it tournament ready for any level of competition. A 24-volt Minn Kota 80-pound thrust trolling motor comes standard on the Z9. You can also get a motor guide or upgrade to a 36-volt system. An in-dash Lowrance fish finder with GPS comes standard. There's also a 2-bank onboard battery charger with an exterior receptacle. Hey, during the course of a tournament season, I drive all over the country. One of the best features about my Z9 is actually the trailer. It tows so smooth that I hardly even know it's back there. The custom match trailer is perfectly made for each Nitro and features a GalvaShield corrosion protection system. That means that the steel is galvanized inside and out at the source, then assembled in our own plant. It's then powder coat painted and finally baked. The result? An amazing finish that is tough and corrosion resistant mile after mile down the road. The LED lighting system is standard, and it's bright and submersible for reliable performance. The trailer also features fiberglass fenders for their good looks, and they're rust-free. Plus, the wheels feature a no-touch Vortex hub lubrication system for maintenance-free, worry-free towing. And finally, the swing-away tongue will allow this rig to fit in almost any garage. That's the NITRO Z9 in a nutshell. This is one awesome fishing machine, and I wouldn't choose anything else. If you're looking for a great performing fishing boat that's been proven in the roughest conditions and in the toughest tournaments all over the country, look no further than NITRO.